Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the Doc of Detox live Q&A. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. I know I did. And we're going to be doing the Q&A today. And then our next Q&A will be in 1 week, okay? That's 1 week from today. So we'll be collecting your questions throughout the week. If you want to put them up on YouTube or put them on Facebook underneath my one-a-day postings or anything else that we post. Okay, so let's talk about the perfect day. I mean, we all strive and we all would love to have the perfect day. But what if you could actually have the perfect day? What would that look like to you? So I want you to think about this over the next few hours, maybe even the next couple of days. What would a perfect day look like to you? Okay, I'd like to just say something. This life is about living. This life is about loving. This life is about laughing. And believe it or not, this life is about dancing. This life is about having the best life ever. Now, I understand that there's a lot going on there, but we're going to mind our own business here, right? We're going to mind our own business. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, if I could create the best life ever, what would that look like from the minute I wake up until I go to bed? What would I be doing for a living? Now, I understand there's a lot of changes in the air, but understand something, and I mean this, and it's the God's truth. There is a genius in all of us. There is a practitioner that can look after our own body in all of us. There's a genius inside of us can make enough money, okay, that can make your body healthy and reverse any illness. Okay, let's make this perfectly clear. To depend on me or any other practitioner or any other doctor to get yourself well is opting in for hell. Okay, so we know that. We know that you are going to have to take tons of supplements continually. You're going to have to probably get yourself on prescription drugs until you need surgery, and then after surgery, you'll need more prescription drugs. Now understand this. 1 out of every 100 surgeries that are done only need to be done, okay? People can challenge me on this if you want, but that's the truth. 99 of 100 surgeries need to be done. The rest don't really need to be done if the person knew how to create the perfect day for themselves on an emotional, physical, and even a spirited level. What you do is you'd repeat that day. So what are you doing in your life that you do not like doing, that really is not helping your happy meter, okay? So you need to take a look at that. There's so many times, let me tell you this, we have been so programmed since we got here that we're supposed to put up with things. We're supposed to believe that we lack intelligence. We're supposed to believe that we lack everything, food, water, air, all these other things, which none of that is true. Right from climate change, which I believe is a bunch of BS, okay? This whole chemtrail thing that they want to help us, that's a bunch of BS. So understand something. Things that you can't change, don't get yourself upset about. The biggest thing that you will ever do for this planet, okay, is to what? Change personally. Your happiness could stop these elite psychos. And you're not going to be happy if you make bad choices. If you drink things that aren't good for you, if you eat things that aren't good for you, if you think things that aren't good for you, if you hang around with people that aren't good for you, where do you want to live? What does your life look like? Where do you want to work? What is your passion? What is your purpose? Start challenging yourself. And then when you start speaking even, ask yourself, was that like a half, you know what, positive statement, or was it totally positive? Was it totally positive? Oh my gosh, I just don't want to be sick anymore. Well, that's not a positive statement. Okay? Because let's look at it. I don't want, that's not a good one, and sick. Okay, so those are the emphasis. I don't want. I want the best health ever. And then you're going to focus on it that you already have it. And you're going to focus on it. How would you get it? Well, you'd look for somebody that has really great health. You'd look for somebody that has a track record, And you'd look for somebody that is looking to train you, not treat you. You will never have the perfect day. So just get that in your head as long as you go for treatments. But hold on a second. Maybe that's a perfect day for you. Maybe you're the type of person who says, I only want to be treated. I don't want to be trained. Then you're going to have to what? You're only going to be good up until your next treatment. Now, if you get trained and you knew how to look after your body, you knew how to look after your mind, and you knew how to bring up your vibration, you knew how to bring up that light inside. You know, that same light that was around Jesus, that same light that you saw around Buddha and all these other spiritual warriors, you have it inside of you. They are no different than you. But they learned how to tap into it. Now, believe it or not, you'd have to love yourself enough, to dedicate yourself enough, to really, go into your brain, and retrain your brain, to do for you. Now, we've been taught that if we do for ourselves, then we're being selfish and we're taking from someone else. Well, I'll tell you, the biggest gift that I've ever given my adult children is holding the line with them, loving them 100%, unconditionally, but talking to them and letting them know, well, I don't know, that's not something I would do. And when I did, I got myself into a big jam. That's what I did. You know, and how you respond. How do you respond to things in life? How do you react? Yes, I bring information to people every day. I bring information that, sometimes upsets people, but don't get upset. And you're going, what are you talking about? Don't get upset. Well, let me just say this. Think about all the times throughout your life when somebody threatened you. I'm telling you, only 1 out of 100 threats ever came true, and they weren't as bad as the person stated. There you go. The worst thing was what happened in here. Okay? All right. Your answer that you need always lies between your ears. But the problem is, what if it's not your brain? What if it's everybody else's brain? What if it's Bill Gates' brain? What if it's Fauci's brain? What if it's all these dysfunctional government people that are like, whoa, wackos? And what if it's corporations? What if your beliefs and your ideas came from corporations, right? So first of all, you got to get this. Planet Earth is a life-threatening, fun-filled game for the person who knows the rules. It doesn't piss me off that Bill Gates is a snake. And meanwhile, he's got billions of dollars. I mean, he gave $1 billion to say, go spray the skies. That wouldn't have happened if the rest of my Earth family were saying no to McDonald's, no to filling up their fridge with toxic stuff, no to what? Turning off the Wi-Fi, no to bringing chemicals into their home. No, and to people who they vote in next time. Because anyways, but as far as that goes, the government's totally crooked. The government's totally toxic. It'll never be well. It'll never be well. Both sides are both orchestrated and made by the psycho elite. So you can vote for this one and guess what? But you could have voted for that one too. And is there a better one? I don't know. Everybody's riding on Trump. Not everybody. Some people are, and some people hate him. And the reality is, what if we stopped hating ourselves? What if we totally loved, honored, respected ourselves unconditionally? What if we stopped judging everybody out there? What if we stopped looking for people to hate? What if we stopped looking for people to blame? What if we made ourselves totally responsible and we realized that there was enough of everything to go around? We would create the perfect day. And then if we repeated that every day, we'd have a perfect year, and then we'd end up maybe with a perfect life. Now, people are going to lie, they're going to cry, they're going to justify, and they're even going to die in my life. But how I respond and how I act to that is going to be the whole thing. Okay, if you truly knew that you were supposed to love every part of you, every cell, 50 trillion of them, and 500 trillion bacteria, and if you knew that your reactions created actions to either bring up the vibration, okay, or to bring the vibration down, and that all diseases are created through a vibration. You can turn your cells on, you can turn your cells off, you can turn yourself on, you can turn yourself off, you can turn other people on, you can turn other people off. And everything is about vibration. Good vibrations, right? The Beach Boys. Yeah. So that's the deal. So just know this. They are right now testing us and seeing how low we will go. And the lower we will go, the more we will submit, okay, to abusive beliefs and strategies on their part. Hey, don't think that I don't wrestle. I wrestle in my own head. I wrestle with everybody that's going on. I'm just going, why can't my brothers and sisters love themselves, honor themselves? Why do they have to fight with each other? Why do they get sucked into all this media stuff? But see, I need to mind my own business, don't I? Because that's not my business. My business is creating the perfect day for myself every day, and then showing my children, showing my partner, and showing all my patients and clients and friends that we can pull this off. No matter what the chaos is out there, you will know that you made it when there's total chaos and you can find peace. But I'll leave you with this. Most people are not going to get it because there's a lot of religions that believe in suffering, and that suffering is the way for the Lord, and that, you're a sinner, and, sinners need to repent. Well, you know what? I'm not buying into that one, thank you. And I'm never going to buy into that one again. I lived with that all my life. All that did was piss me off, make me feel like I was broken, make me feel like that my God, creator, deserted me. Didn't make me into a really great guy. And then once I really decided to love, honor, and respect this body, this brain, and I knew that I had to reprogram my brain, or I didn't want to live on this planet. It's not that I was going to off myself. I just didn't know how I was going to change it. But I knew one thing, I was going to stay like that. And that's what this show's about. Okay? You can always be more. You can always have more. You can always get more. I want you to understand something. I am totally content with my life right now, but I will never be satisfied. Because how would I ever be satisfied? My potential is unlimited. Unlimited. I'm an infinite being. So why should I ever be satisfied? But I'm not going to be unsatisfied for what I have right now, but I'm going to want more, because there's only one way to grow, and that's consciously. And if you grow consciously, then you can actually grow into your superconscious. And you'll know when you have a superconscious feeling, because guess what? It's blissful. Thanks for joining me. All right, so send in your live questions now. Facebook, YouTube, and Intercom. And it's first come, first serve. I've got a lot of questions to get through here today, and I just want everybody to know something, that there's a lot of states and a lot of Canada and even into Europe that we're flying with master trainers, and we're doing personal treatment and trainings, and we hope to get in and get caught up with a lot of our personal treatment and trainings. Check that out in my library, the Personal Treatment and Training Guide, where we'll train a couple, we'll train a whole family. We'll even come and train a clinic on how to we'll certify you in Wolfe Non-Surgical or in any of the other bodywork trainings that we do. But you can start off by reading the Personal Treatment and Training, and if you are a clinic and you want to become certified, let me know, and we can arrange that as well. Okay, our next course here in Kelowna will be in January. Okay, it'll be in the end of the first week in January. So if you think you would like to become an International Training Institute of Health practitioner, all right, we will be doing the Wolfe Non-Surgical, and we'll be doing the Whole Life Coach certification. So you can check that out at itioh.com. Okay, and if you want to check out what events we have coming up, please go to Doc of Detox events. Just go to my webpage, Doc of Detox. Go to the top for that, and you can check out events. This Wednesday, August the 26th, I'll be doing Clapping Your Heart and Your Lungs for Health. So if you haven't yet, I will be doing this. I know I've been threatening for months now, but we will be kicking this off about September the 14th, and we'll be doing clapping your heart and lungs for health. And this is a clapper. You can use your hand. It can get tiring, whereas a clapper, see? And believe it or not, clapping is one of the most effective ways to get rid of physical blocks that were created by emotional blocks in your body. And with clapping, if you turn into a Susie Bruisey, it's not from clapping. It's because you have toxic blood and you have disintegrating tissue and joints already happening in your body. That brings the disease, the dis-ease out, the infection out. So if you go red, like I did quickly because I got good circulation, that's great. But if you go black, brown, green spots, or you go purple or black, and then some people will even swell up down their arm and you never even touched it. That's how much infection you have and toxins buried in your joints or buried in your tissues. And the issues really came from here because you weren't able to process your emotions throughout your life, especially from 0 to 7, okay? And then what happens is when we're younger, we'll actually take on certain beliefs because, believe it or not, we go into survival. You know, everybody's got dysfunctional parents. We all know that. That's why it's called adulteration. So even as a child, you'll go into survival, but then we run these programs and beliefs, and they really screw us up as we become adults, as if you haven't seen that out there. Okay, so Wednesday, September the 2nd, will be my show will be 6-day advanced water fasting challenge, and it's a preview where I'm going to go through what the 6-day water fasting challenge is going to comprise, and I'm going to be taking everybody's questions. So if you start having questions on fasting, please put them in here. We will be doing the fasting challenge starting on September the 10th. And that will run for 6 days, and every day except the weekend, I will be on there, and I'll be answering all your questions. I'll be hand-holding you. I'll be supporting you. I'll be your cheerleader. So whether you want to do it for 1 day or 6 days, or you don't want to do it this time, but you just want to hang out with us and kind of get comfortable to learn how to get your groove, to unleash your stem cells, to create autophagy that goes in and eats up cancer cells, disintegrating cells, and cells that are mutating or just cells that the body can't replace. You know, time to get out with the old and in with the new, and that would be the real you, right? So understand, I know that we're all going to get older, but I'm not getting old. Not opting into it. You don't need to. That's BS. They taught us out there that we're going to. Just like, you know, life is pain and suffering, man. And you know what? How many people, when they start to get older, they go, getting old sucks, man. Well, it doesn't suck for me, and it doesn't have to suck for you, and it's because your beliefs are sucking you dry, okay? So if we could help you create the perfect day, okay, and then you started learning about intermittent fasting, and then you started doing some other fastings, right, and unleash the power to heal, because everything you want is inside you. You are the pharmacy, Pharmacy. You are the pharmacy. Okay, so that's what you are. You are a God-created self-healing mechanism, and that's it. And that's been stolen from you. And if you read my book, Medical Mafia, in my library, I explain the whole history of that and how they tattooed us. Okay, Wednesday, September the 9th, how to become number 1 at the art of number 2. This will be a 4 or 6-part show. This is a masterclass. If you want to nail down your poo and you want to find out why you can't pee properly, can't poo properly, and what is a good poo, and why pooing is a computer, it is a printout of how long you're going to live, how well you're going to live, and depending on what your poo looks like, how hard it is to come out, how often it comes out, what it smells like, right? We're going to put all that together. We're going to show you how to eat and treat yourself from your mouth right to your rectum. And I'll tell you something. Shouldn't everybody, when they go to school, learn that as soon as they're a kid? Let me tell you something. Kids don't have a break today. You know how many, almost every child out there is totally constipated. Okay, children are more constipated than the elderly, and the elderly are so constipated in nursing homes, They get together at supper, at breakfast, at lunch. Hey, how did you do today? No, not today. It's been 4 days. How do you feel? Well, you know what I feel like. SH, yeah, whatever. So, and yeah, we're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about it because the large intestine is the holy grail. And I'll tell you something, okay? Once you learn the art, okay, of number 2, you'll be number 1 when it comes to your health. All right? So we're going to be going through that. All right. Next. So I already talked to you. I said January the 9th will be our next course. So if you want to sign up, that will be in Kelowna, British Columbia. Right now, everybody's wondering, are you going to come to Texas? Are you going to come to California? Are you going to come to Florida? Are you going to do your courses? Yes, I'm going to come. But the reality is once the psycho elite and the government start having their adult tantrums, then we'll be able to figure it out. Because if you did not watch my one-a-day at 2 o'clock today, and that one-a-day was called Masks, Reality Check, okay? Go check that out. And there's all the documentation in there to prove that, guess what? The N95 mask, garbage, okay? Forget about all the other masks. Forget about the fabric mask. Forget about making, oh, geez, you know what? Could somebody maybe make a mask too? I'd like it to make it so it matches my shirt so that I can wear it and then I can suffocate myself and even create more infections so that I could have hypoxia, so I could not have enough oxygen that I might faint, okay? So understand, go watch this that I just put up at 2 o'clock on Facebook. It'll be up on Instagram, right? It'll be up on YouTube, and it was called Mass Reality Check. It was at 2 o'clock. And then find out that whole thing's a scam. The whole thing's a scam. I hope you know that. You guys, watch it. Go get your ammunition if you don't watch Mass. And then if you do wear masks, stop picking on people who don't wear masks because you're the problem. And I don't care that you've got your government and you've got your political medical doctor out there yakking off, you know, just like vomiting all over everybody, because a true health medical doctor, which the ones that have already been trying to talk on Facebook that have been banned have lost their medical license and trying to be shut down. This is all for Fauci and Bill Gates, and I don't want to get into all that stuff. But the reality is this, okay? Masks make you sick. And sick people who wear masks get sicker. And healthy people don't make sick people sick. And sick people cannot make me sick, all right? So look at my one-a-day that I did this morning, and I talked about the 4 pillars of political health. Mask, the 6-foot rule, okay, sanitizing, okay, all of this crazy stuff, all right, and locking yourself in your house. Please, as far as I'm concerned, if you bought into this, you're running a hate program on a subconscious level and you don't even know it, but they know you did it because they studied us all like lab rats. They knew that we were going to perform like this. The reality is I'm not buying into it, and I hope to God you're not. Okay? All right. Let's begin the show. We got some questions here. I'm going to try to move along fairly quickly. Oh, yeah, Darrell, whatever you say. It took you 25 minutes to get into this one. Okay. All right. And, you know, I said, well, I'm not going to get into it, but I went and got into it. All right. Tracy. Hi, Dr. Wolfe. Any advice for menopause? Yeah. You're constipated, girl. So here's the deal. And keep reading. The sweats are bad. Yes, of course. So guess what those sweats are? They are fevers. They are small fevers because what happens is when you have your period, you're getting rid of the worst toxins in your body so that there's loving in the oven. So that if you get pregnant, your baby's healthy. But let me tell you something. Today, women are not healthy. They're dropping babies all the time because of pelvic rot. Did you hear what I said? Pelvic rot. Yeah, the floor is rotting out because of the bowel, because we don't monitor what goes in here, and we're eating so many inflammatory foods. By the time it goes 30 feet, it takes so long to get there because people don't drink enough water, structured water. They don't eat enough whole plant-based foods. By the time it gets down to the large intestine, all the chemical poisoning, all the antibiotics that are in the food, All those inflammatory foods we can't digest properly, and the processed foods, they get in there and they sit in your bowel and they rot your bowel out, and that rots your tissue out, and that's why there's so many hernias all over the place. That's why there's so many, look at how many surgeries are happening now. In the last 10 years, surgeries have gone up 1,000% on the pelvic area because we're rotting out. The large intestine, which is a muscle, and it's a 7-foot muscle, it's lacking tone, and you get what we call leaky gut. It's like a screen door in a submarine, and you're reabsorbing all that waste. So here's the deal. If your bowels, Tracy, were working up to par, and you had tone in your large intestine, when the period slowed down, you wouldn't have such heavy menopause problem. Let me tell you, when women come to us and they're going through menopause and they have all these really bad symptoms, it takes us 30, ready for this, 30 to 40 days to completely not know that you're going through menopause. Okay, so guess what? Challenge me on that. I'm not a woman. I'm not trying to be a smarty, but the reality is I've been doing this since I was 26 years old. I knew the key to helping to turn around menopausal symptoms. End of story. Okay, I knew the key to turn around cramping from your period. And understand something. You got to first look at the Holy Grail, and that being the large intestine. Okay? So the sweats are bad. I live with that like every woman. No, you have learned to live with it because we have a dysfunctional society, because not only the medical system don't know how to deal with this, natural health care doesn't know how to deal with this, and I just told you 30 to 40 days. All right? And I would love to be challenged by any woman, but the reality is that you've got to do what I ask you, and there's nothing dangerous. You just got to love yourself. Do you think you could love yourself well? Could loving you outrank the routine that the rest of your family does all day long, and the way they eat and the way they treat themselves? Because if you're not going to eat and treat yourself differently, then why will you be different? If you're not willing to change your personality, you're not going to change your reality. So you're just going to keep rotting inside. And understand something. Let me tell you, if you want the burner to get turned down, okay, and so the pot's not boiling, then you better get the infection out, because your body needs to create a fever to burn the infection. It's just logical, okay? So the inner terrain is going to decide how much and how badly you're going to sweat, what your cramps are going to be like, what your moods are going to be like, what lack of energy you're going to have because of trying to fight the infection. Where do you think all your energy goes? You only have so much energy. I mean, if I don't have any infection to fight, if I don't have any inflammation in here, then I've got energy. Isn't that right? People that are healthy have energy. People that are unhealthy don't have energy, and the energy is going to fight the infection, the inflammation. Because of what? The miscommunication, because they don't have the right information on how to create the perfect day. All right. But it's the agitation that comes with the sweats. So have you any advice of maybe a herbal remedy? Yeah, I do. Get on the daily cleansing tea. Get on the tummy love daily cleansing tea. I'll show it to you quick. I don't want to show the products all the time, because then I feel like I'm, one of those night marketing shows. Okay, daily cleansing tea. Okay. 1 second. Black gold. And where is it? And the tummy love, but you need a larger one. This is a smaller one. And get yourself a large tummy love, okay? And, and I would like them to bring in a large tummy love for next time we do the show. Make that a note, please. Okay, now, so understand, okay, let's just go through this one more time. So the period is what makes men and women different. It's a pain in the butt every month, but women are able to handle more pain because of that. They live longer because of the period, and also it keeps them healthier so that life can go on this planet in a healthy way. But now that the government and the corporations have poisoned the water, the food, and the air, and they're poisoning our minds right now, you can see that what is wrong with people anyways? Seriously. Okay, I'll leave that one alone. So what you got to do, Tracy, is you got to go look at the Perfect Day diet. in my library in the Perfect Day Guide and watch the video. And that would be a really good start. And then you should go into the Daily Cleansing Tea Guide, and you can take a look at that because I told you to do that part. And then what you can do is watch How's Your Plumbing, part 1, 2, and 3, and you'll find out that I'm right. And then you can also take a look at I Am Woman. I Am Woman is a masterclass I'm bringing out, and I had a woman say to me, "You have no right to do a masterclass on women." Well, let me put it to you this way. I'm not trying to think I'm smarter than a woman, so let's make that perfectly clear. But I've done a lot of research, and I've been in the business for 40 years, and I will release the best masterclass that's ever been done for women. Thank you very much, because I love women, okay? Next thing. Krista, what to do for dementia? Is it reversible? Yeah, but you got to get on it right away. Take a look at the Pineal product we have, and also take a look at Alzagen, right? This is an amazing product. Do this 3 to 4 times a day. It's a teaspoon with 16 ounces of water. Get on the Pineal product, but understand something. There's other things you can do. You know what? If you want to get a consultation, anyone, it's $125, a perfect day consultation. We will send you the 1-hour audio. We'll do it on video or audio. All your case histories that come in, I review them with the master consultant. And then guess what? You can call me for the rest of your life as often as you want, our staff. And we're going to continue to help you. Do you want to have Band-Aid therapy, or do you want to create the perfect day for $125? And I don't care who the person is. Everybody could use this. And understand this. You think that going to a practitioner is going to be any better than coming to me? No. I'm going to answer your phone calls. I'm going to answer your questions. And we're going to take it. And when you've got a question, you want to go right away. You don't want to go with a naturopath or some other doctor or herbalist that isn't going to answer your question, where you got to make an appointment. I have built this business around this because it's the only way you're going to get well if you have a cheerleading team, and we're that team. Okay? So also with dementia, does that person, you need to play the music that they used to listen to when they were 17, 18, 19, 20, when they felt vibrant. Is that person drinking structured water because they're so dehydrated and it's the only water that'll hydrate them? Are they getting the minerals and the vitamins and the nutrients? Check out our Sononian minerals. And the other thing is, I don't care. People that have dementia, guess what? Check out their bowel movements. They're constipated. And if they're not constipated, they have diarrhea because they've been constipated for so long. And you know that chronic diarrhea is a constipation problem. You were constipated for so long that you inflamed the lining of your bowel or your small intestine, and it irritated to the point that it's screaming mad at you. So we got to chill that down. Okay? So I'll tell you, consultations are the way. If I were to answer every question in full, it would take an hour, right? And that's why I tell everybody to go take a look at the Perfect Day, go take a look at the Braveheart Way in the library, get started there, and then come on and click on consultations and pick the consultant that you like, and then you'll have them and me, all right? Mary, the bean patty that you eat, is it raw or cooked, and do you have a recipe? Believe it or not, I get the bean patty from Costco, and it's frozen. I don't have time to make my own bean patties, and it really is good. It's a little spicy, and but it's excellent. Okay, and yes, it's not. Yeah, the beans are cooked. They can't be raw. No, I'm not going to eat raw beans. No, I'm not. I don't do that. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Everything I do, I enjoy. My brother's in the health business, and he will do things that just taste god awful. He'll do things that he's told that will help him live longer. I'm not going to do that. Everything that I build for all my patients and clients, it better be fun, and it better not be awful tasting, or I'm not doing it, okay? Because we want to create the perfect day, and the perfect day isn't something that's going to be difficult for me. I need to hack things, okay? I am right now on the verge of releasing 4 masterclasses in the next few months. That's right. Once these are done, I will have the most powerful healing platform in the world. And I know I will, because I've worked at it. And if you want to be the best at what you want to be, then find your passion, find your purpose, and then go for it. Okay? and really look after yourself and love yourself well. Okay? Norma, please tell me about gallstones. Gallstones are cholesterol, and they are calcium that is being pulled from the bones because you're so acidic. And the cholesterol, the extra cholesterol is being made because you're getting cracks in your arteries. And cholesterol is like, everybody makes cholesterol. It's a hormone, and we need it. Go look it up. It's essential to life. You're going to make too much cholesterol when you're acidic to goop up the cracks. It's like candle wax. It's kind of like a patch-up job until you stop terrorizing yourself and creating so much acidity by dumping so much adrenaline, cortisol, histamine, and when you stop eating so many inflamed foods, having that glass of wine every night, and forgetting about yourself and hurting yourself, because that's what we do, right? Okay? Because we're taught that it's selfish to look after yourself. Yeah. Go figure. Let me see. Also, learning to be happy after brain cancer surgery. What else? Let me see here. I respond with love and smiles and try very hard to be positive. Okay. Well, you know what? It won't be hard to be positive when you learn that that's how you smile. You know, people go, so you need to smile more. Give me a reason. Oh, really? If you need a reason to smile in these times, you're already gone. Boom. Toast. All right? I don't need a reason to smile. I'm an infinite being. I know that when I smile, my pH comes up. I know my vibration comes up. I know when I connect to my breath, it comes up even higher. I know when I put my shoulders back, my chin up, and when I do the lion heart breathing, I got this. I got this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. No matter what happens today, no matter what happens tomorrow, I got this. What I can't control is an is. And guess what? I am an I am. I got this. There's an is and there's an I am. I got this. What are you drinking? Okay, so what I did is I had ATP. I take a shot glass of that. That gives me a boost, okay, of energy. And what am I drinking? This is Fulvic, all right? And Tummy Love. That's what that is. Okay, so that's to give me the boost. Yvette. Hi, doctor. Why do we have anxiety? Well, because you're running a program, okay, that the world's a scary place. And for some people, yeah, it's more scary than it's ever been in history if you want to believe somebody who wants to go boo, boo, boo. You know, if you want to believe in the boogeyman, then you can go ahead and believe in him. But if you didn't react to the boogeyman, did you ever have somebody that wanted to taunt you and terrorize you, but you just walked away from them, you ignored them? What happens? There's not much they can do. So to walk away and ignore would ignore all these corporations and ignore all these government officials, because who are they anyways? Please, give me a break, all right? All right, you're way more intelligent than they are. They're just somebody who wanted to be in politics because they wanted to have some power, right? But I'd rather have the power of love, not the love of power. And if you're a politician, you got that. If you're into big corporations, that's all. I mean, they're going to eat and spit you out if you don't become hard like them. Okay? I tend to have them when I'm on the freeway or I'm lost. Well, first of all, everything's a program. So if you just told me that you have them when you're on the freeway, then your mind, if that's a prominent thought, says, guess what? We're going on the freeway. Oh, what time is that? Oh, it's anxiety time. Okay. So anyways, let's have anxiety. And if she feels like she's lost, then that's when we just pour up the pressure and we just make her blow. Okay. All right. Everything's a program. So why don't you just tell yourself you're something else? And why don't you tell yourself, you know, and so if you get lost, you pull over, connect to your breath, and then put your GPS on. And then if you tell me you don't have a GPS, then why don't you buy one? Oh, I don't know, because I don't have enough money. Well, then guess what? You'll never have money if you go on the freeway a lot, because you're going to have so much anxiety, you won't be able to focus on your work, and you won't be able to focus on your passion and your purpose and make any money. Wow. We do the things to ourselves, don't we? We just set ourselves up for failure. No, we don't. We were set up for failure from 0 to 7. That's right, because we were walking, talking little sponges. And everything that went on and everything that mommy and daddy did, everything that every peer did, and we just sucked it in like a sponge, good, the bad, and the ugly. And nobody ever told you, because like what does the Jesuits say? Give me a child from the age of 0 to 7, and I will be in control of that child forever. Yeah, they didn't say it quite like that, but that's what they meant. All right. I've been controlling this for years by taking deep breath, but my chest sometimes hurts after an episode. Okay, that's because you keep on dumping the acidity, and the acidity is crystallizing and calcifying and scar tissuing your ribs, and you're getting scar tissue. If we were to go in there and do some Wolfe Non-Surgical, we could open your breathing up by, how's this, 40 to 50% in one treatment. Oh, I can get a free breath. Oh, I feel the expansion. Yeah, just understand something. By the time that you're 45, 55, you're beef jerky, okay? And the older you get, the more beef jerky you have. And the more beef jerky you have, the less flexion, extension, okay? The more crippled up you are. Cane, walker, okay? Depends, wearing Depends, because so much scar tissue, your valves don't close anymore, okay? I used to do that, but now I just watch, okay? No, I think I'll just stay home. No, give me a few minutes. It takes me longer to get ready. No, I can't tie my shoes anymore. I can't brush my hair. I can't wipe my bum. Okay? Yeah. None of this needs to happen. You should be able to fall asleep peacefully in your bed, but because you become a pharmaceutical toy, they toy with you and they sell you off by the pound. And you can believe this or not believe this, okay? But a dear friend of mine, he's a corporate lawyer, and he went to a meeting. And in this meeting, it was one of the Rothschilds. And what they said was, no, what are you kidding? We don't want to get people well. No, we want their money. And we want to keep them sick and until we have all their money. I'm not kidding. Okay, all right. The doctors find nothing wrong with me. I refuse anxiety meds. Well, the reality is, okay, so if you come to somebody like me, we're not looking for disease. We're looking for total vitality and health. That's our focus. If you go to a doctor, he's looking for disease. But don't worry. When he finds a disease, a life-threatening disease, he's going to be able to help you with surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, surgery, or medication. Right? Am I right or wrong? So until you're sick, they're not going to do anything for you. If you're looking to get well, why don't you go to a health doctor? What? Why do we even call that healthcare? That's not healthcare. That's pharmacare. Okay? All right. Layla, what is the root cause of headaches? Well, migraines. I can tell you right now that again is a program. Take a look at people who get migraines all the time. Oh, it happens on Friday, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Oh, I get 3 migraines a week. Oh, I get a migraine every 3 weeks and it lasts for 10 days. Okay, so we start to run programs, but if we take a look, we're not drinking enough water. We're not pooping enough. We're not eating enough live vibrational foods, which have trapped sunlight in them, lots of nutrients, lots of fiber, okay, where the frequency's higher, okay? And the other thing is guess what? You're still living with the same person you always do. You still have the same personality you always had. If you don't want to change your personality, then you're going to keep the same bloody migraine, aren't you? I'll tell you one thing. Change your personality, you change your reality. Stop hanging around with family and friends that you have the same argument over and over again, okay? Because guess what? It's just like Groundhog Day. Well, that's what the migraines are like. Ask anybody that has frequent migraines. It's like the same bloody thing all the time, but they eventually get worse because you get stiffer, because every time you have a migraine, you're so bloody acidic, you crystallize. So anybody who has migraines all the time, they're as stiff as a board. So what you got to do is you got to turn that beef jerky, which is scar tissue, back into beautiful connective tissue, which we can do with Wolfe Non-Surgical. Got to get the calcium back into the bones, which we can do with SAC Calcium, only product in the world that does that. And then we've got to bring up the microcirculation And we got to bring up the flow, so we melt the ice, which is the lactic and uric acid crystals throughout your body. End of story. You know, at the end of the day, let's play, because I offer a money-back guarantee on my therapies. Okay? All right. Deb, hi, Dr. Wolfe. I'd love to know how to treat the root cause of melasma. Okay, hyperpigmentation on the face. Thank you. First of all, you need to look at your bowels. You need to look at your liver. Those are the two things right away. Your bowels and your liver. I would get a consultation if I were you, and I would start doing clapping. Okay? I would. I'd start clapping my face, and that'll really help, because it's called circulation, and we want to really increase the circulation. There are other things I would do, but look at your bowels and look at your liver, and then let's look at all the little bad habits that you have. Okay? All right? But it mainly comes from the bowels. When it comes to the skin, okay, the skin you're in is the reflection of the health of the large intestine. Okay? So it's the mirror. Deb, hi, Dr. Wolfe. I would love to know, did that one. Marnie, I have a clapper, and nearly anywhere I clap gets bruised. Okay. So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about life? Do you feel like life is pretty painful? And do you feel like life has been pretty brutal, bruising? And the other thing is have you really learned how to love yourself? And why are you suppressing so much stuff? You're suppressing a lot of emotions. You've got lots of dysfunctional relationships going on, I'll tell you that. But the most dysfunctional relationship you have is the one you have with yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something. Let's get me and you, and we'll do a FaceTime, and I'll clap the same areas you do, and I can clap it for an hour, and it's not going to bruise. It'll go red. But you'll bruise easy. And what does that mean? Well, let's put it this way. Would you eat bruised fruit? No, it's overripe. I'd say you're overripe, girl. And you're not fresh. So do you have fresh thoughts? Do you have vibrant, fresh thoughts? That's like fresh fruit. No, your thoughts and your beliefs are stale, and it's contaminating your tissues. And understand something. It's also got to do with diet. It's got to do with water, but it's got to do with your relationships. Okay? So think about the people that you've been having trouble with. Still having trouble with your parents, still having trouble with your spouse, having trouble with your children, having trouble with yourself. But go take a look at the Perfect Day diet. That's a good place to start for everybody. And then if you get a consult, we'll tweak it, and then we'll keep tweaking it along the way. We grow as you grow. That's how we do it. Remember, we are your cheerleaders. Okay. I eat very clean, live a healthy life, detox, etc. for about 1 year and am getting healthier each day, but my past history was autoimmune illnesses. See, I never read these before, guys. So do you see? Do I got this? And guess what? Are you ready for this? Autoimmune, what does it mean? It means attacking oneself. You can't have an autoimmune disease unless you've been attacking yourself on an emotional level, which is an invisible level, but it's an emotional level, because that becomes the physical issue in the tissue. Why you bruise? So you really used to beat up on yourself. I would take a look at my Braveheart 12 Loving Steps, watch the video, go read the Braveheart book, and really start working on that. At least do the 4 pillars, like, the Lionheart breathing, okay? Do the mirror work, do the couples connection, and if you're not married, do the personal connection. But the other thing is order a dozen or 10 of these, a dozen or 20 of these. For $10 you can get 20 of these. This is Braveheart 3, 2, 1. I got this, and that's right. Every time you have a little bit of you start to feel anxiety. 3, 2, 1. I got this. Because if you count backwards, it keeps you in the subconscious mind, in the conscious mind, and it doesn't allow you to go to the subconscious mind. And when I first started doing this, I used to use hair bands, and I would be doing this like 20 times, 30 times a day. Because guess what? I got to a point that I had to do something. So I started doing this hair band thing, and then I put these love bands together. We got orange. Let me see if I got it here. Right here, maybe. Yeah. So we got orange, we got purple. The orange one's not on here, but can you make sure we get an orange one? So we got a black one, black and white, white and black, white and purple, and then we got an orange and purple. And you can order them from us. They're like 50 cents, all right? And you should give them to everyone. I mean, if we could get everybody becoming Bravehearts, which means, no, there's a new sheriff in town, okay? I totally love myself. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going there. No, I'm not going to do that. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. You get caught up in a line. You're in the bus, okay? You're just sitting there. I love and approve of myself. Everything is repetition. They told you you had to wear a mask. They told you that everybody has to wear a mask in a restaurant. Everybody has to wear a mask going into the mall. Everybody's got to wear a mask places, and it makes you sick. Masks make you sick. So tell me repetition isn't the key to mastery. Well, it's definitely the key to masquerading. That's what it is. That's definitely the key. And understand something. You don't think repetition's the key? Then why is there 5 commercials in 1 hour on a TV? And I don't watch TV. I'm telling you, I know this. And it's the same commercial because they're going to drill it into your head. And the next time you get a headache, you're going to go get a toxic medication that's going to make you even more acidic to cause more headaches. And everybody goes on depressive medication. Guess what? Eventually, they want to kill themselves. And they're calling me up and asking me, how do I get out of this? Or they're taking pain medication, and that only works so long, and then it got to get stronger, stronger, and stronger until they numb out. Listen, whether you do street drugs or you do pharmaceutical drugs, what's the difference? Okay. And I'm not telling you not to do them. I'm not telling you, well, I'm against them for myself. But if you feel you need them, do them. But guess what? When it gets your hooks into you. But the reality is the reason why you just do drugs so easy is because there's so much chemicals and hormones and additives and pesticides and herbicides and glyphosate and everything else that's in our food. And most people just look at food and go, wow, will it fit in my mouth? And will it taste good? Most people have a 4-inch consciousness and then 30 feet of hell. And then most people don't think from a conscious mind. They're just subconsciously programmed. And that's why we have all these masquerade parties going on, and they don't know they're making themselves sick. Go figure. Why do I keep getting cysts on my ovaries? Amanda, you keep getting cysts on your ovaries because your bowels... Okay, here, I want to show you something. Okay, let's see if I can lift this up. Put this over here. All right. So, here's your pelvis, right? So this is what we call the pelvic bowl, right? So in here... we've got what? We got our ovaries, we got our bladder, we got our uterus, we got our fallopian tubes. But what else do we got, guys? Well, coming down right here in front, we've got the descending colon. Then it comes around like this. That's the sigmoid. Then it comes down. You've got your rectum and anus. Well, guess what, Amanda? Your bowels aren't moving efficiently, and your whole large intestine, 5 to 7 feet, is got no tone, and you're leaking waste. Oh, and look at this. We're filling up the bowl with poop. That's right. So believe it or not, and this is the God's truth. Where do you think E. coli come from? When you find it in your urine, and you've got E. coli in your kidneys and your bladder. Well, that was from your colon. And understand something. What is a cyst? A cyst is a little pocket of pus. And so what would you rather? Having cancer of the uterus or cancer in the pelvic region, or would you rather have cysts? So we got to store the pus, because we got to store the infection, because guess what? The infection that came from your large intestine, that gravity, it goes into your pelvis. Okay, that's why there's so many people getting hip replacement, because they actually fill their pelvis up with toxic waste from their large intestine, and it spills over into the hips. And guess what? I'll tell you right now, you can take it or leave it, but 9 out of 10 hip surgeries, knee surgeries, back surgeries don't have to get done. And I'm telling you, the number is a lot higher than that. But we'll just say 9 out of 10, so I don't have people jumping all over me, because most people are going, oh my God, why'd I get that surgery? And a lot of people will opt for the surgery because they have a victim personality, right? Oh my God, I got to go for surgery. Really? Because they don't have enough love for themselves, so they get sympathy and hopefully get love from others. Because, when you first get here, you're so in love with yourself. Ever see a baby? Oh my God, they radiate love. They radiate love. They love themselves. And by the time we walk and talk, we're like mommy and daddy, which is adulterated. And mommy and daddy don't love themselves. And eventually they don't love each other. So that's the whole life-threatening, fun-filled adventure down here is you lose yourself, and now you got to find yourself. Let's get back to this. So now you're reabsorbing the waste from your large intestine, and that toxic waste is in here. Well, why would you ever have any pain if you didn't have inflammation? Now, why would you have inflammation? Well, you got to have infection first. So where did it come from? Were you cursed by God, or did you just not know how to look after your bowels, because the medical system only attacks the bowels with antibiotics, and you also have been taking antibiotics all the time in your dairy products and all the animal products that you eat. You've been doing antibiotics every day, which is knocking out your good bacteria, which the more you lower your immune system here, which is 85% of your immune system is in your large intestine, the less tone you're going to have in that large intestine, because it's a muscle and you're going to leak all this waste in here. And that's why you have cysts. Now, if you want to get rid of those cysts, we can show you how. And the reality, if you've got cysts, you've got so much calcium in here, okay, you've probably got a big bump on your pubic bone like a camel, and that's scar tissue and displaced calcium that we can actually get rid of. And then we got to go in here and lovingly pull the tissues apart, because they're all jammed up like a fist. We got to open them up, and then we got to spread out the fibers so we can get the blood, the lymph, and the flow in here, because this is where you pick up most of your energy. This is called the root chakra, because your spine, there's your coccyx. See, it comes right down here. Your spine picks up all this energy from what? From the pelvic bowl. But it's not going to be picking up energy and information and communication from the pelvic bowl, is it? It's going to be picking up infection. And that's why there's so many people getting spinal surgery, right? Because you just calcified, crystallized, and put all this scar tissue in here and all this displaced calcium. And now you've got what? Well, you've either got what they call a slip disc, which there's no such thing, or you've got, a herniated disc, which there is. That means a bulge. Or what you've got is you've got what? Discs that are, it looks like they're gone or they're wearing out, but they're not. They're dehydrated. And if we were to go in there with Wolfe Non-Surgical, even if you had cysts here, we're going to go in here and we're going to take in between each vertebrae, and we're going to go in and we're going to open this up. If we did from the bottom of your coccyx right to your top of your head, and we did your spine, how come you're going to be 1 inch to 2 inches taller? You don't shrink because of loss of calcium. You shrink because the discs in here, which are cartilage, they get compressed and dehydrated, and we can make them totally come back. Oh, sorry, we're going to have to fuse your L4 and L5, okay, or L3, L4, L5. No, you don't. No, you don't. Give us a shot first. So we're going to open up the back. We're going to go in here, get rid of the camel's hump on the pubic bone. We're going to go in here, and you're going to see right by the ovaries, we're going to find 2 baby fists of scar tissue wrapped around those ovaries trying to protect them. But you don't just have that. You got cysts, right? This is all in I Am Woman. And also, if you go to the A to Z Masterclass, which is free right now, that's a masterclass, and you can go into my library, click on it, you can get it for free, okay? And that's for a limited time. All right, so where are we? Okay, that's all the live questions that I want today, okay? So let me finish these, then I'll go to all of these questions. No more live. Can you let Tara know? Where am I here? Randy, Dr. Wolfe, do you work with amputees? Well, of course we do. We work with everyone. And understand, of course we work with amputees. And I'll tell you something, give me a shot and I will do more for you than anybody else on this planet. And I'll tell you why. It's scar tissue, my friend. Let's get your circulation back. Let's get your vibration high. Okay, let's teach you that you have so much more in there. Okay? All right. Kayla, how do you help my large varicose veins on my left leg? Clapping and then get vein away. The other thing is don't be scared. First of all, what you want to do, you want to do skin brush. You want to do dry skin brushing. Okay? But understand something. Let me just say this. You're going to love this one. Kayla, why do you think you have varicose veins on your left leg? Because, darling, look at this. Descending colon comes down here. Oh, let me grab this again. So here's the pelvis. The descending colon comes down here. It's the last part of the colon. Then you've got your sigmoid comes across the front. And then you've got your rectum and anus, right? Kayla, guess who's been constipated for years? Right here. Kayla, why would you have a physical block and jamming up your veins that they can't flow properly? Well, there's got to be a beaver dam somewhere, but this ain't a beaver dam, girl. You know, this is a poop dam. So what we got is we got stagnation of waste. Reabsorbing the waste causes inflammation in here, causes scar tissue formation, crystallization. So we've got a physical block here. Now, do you think if we had a physical block in the pelvis here, and also don't tell me you haven't had hip problems at all or low back problems, because I know you have on your left side. Now, so if we've got blocks here, physical blocks of scar tissue, calcification, crystallization, don't you think that that's going to slow the river down from coming upriver, because coming upriver being the veins? So the reality is, let's get the large intestine moving. Let's go in here and get rid of the scar tissue in your hip and in your groin on your left side. And guess what? I wouldn't even touch your veins, and your veins would come down 50% by just working up here. There. How's that? Go figure, right? Okay, nobody thought of that one, did they? Okay. And I don't mean nobody thought of it. It's just that sometimes we have been taught to not be logical. And you're never going to get this in school, okay? Because if it's a school that's approved, okay, by the government, it had to be proved by the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, because they make all the books for schooling. That's why when we get out of school, we don't know how to love ourselves. We don't know how to eat properly. We don't know how to do our finances. We don't know how to read. We don't know how to write. We don't know how to do any math. But my God, we better go there so we can get 5G and blue light and programmed so that we can be robots for them for the rest of their life. Now, you might think to me, you know, Darrell, you're always ranting. No, I'm not. I'm telling anybody out there that would like to wake up, this is what's going on, and you can have a better day, or you can just go, this is the way it is, and then be depressed. Which one do you want? So now you're also going to do skin brushing, okay, and you can find that in my book, which I give away for free. Here it is. It's called Healthy to 100. And you'll see in the back, it's called Loving the Skin You're In. So you can learn how to do proper dry skin brushing. You can also go to my library and go into the DIY. And I actually did a video on skin brushing. I also talked about salt glows, didn't I? Yeah. So you can order that. You'll just pay the shipping to get it to you. And, and I just want to show everybody this. This is my masterpiece. This, I believe, okay, take a look at that. This, I believe, to be the most professional, most easiest to read. And this is the manual that people get when they come to do my certifications and want to learn how to do the Wolfe Non-Surgical, whether it's for their family or whether it's on a professional level. And trust me, I will come up against any college, any university with any type of body work any day, okay? Just know that. I put a lot of challenges out there, and I do it for a reason, because I'm trying to tell you there's a hidden practitioner in all of you. And if you don't want to take your life back, okay, that's up to you. But if you want to take your life back, you're the only one that can take it back. Did you hear what I just said? Nobody's going to give it to you, all right? Especially people who think they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. That could be a problem. Okay. Okay. Large varicose vein on my left thigh. Now we know why. Constipation. It hurts to stand too long. Oh, Okay, am I like a psychic or do I just know what I'm doing? And I swear to God, I have not read these. Have I read these, Drake? No. The only thing I tell Tara to do is make sure that everything's spelled properly, and if the sentence isn't right, to try to make it sound properly. Okay? So, yeah. Okay, so there it is. The proof is in the pudding. Let me see here. Happened when I was pregnant with our third daughter. Yeah, constipation and pregnancy. Let's just say pregnancy doesn't cause this. Let me tell you something, guys. We have a program called The Perfect Pain-Free Pregnancy. All right? You're not going to get one varicose vein. Let me tell you something. God did not make a broken body. Okay? God did not make a broken body. Mankind made a broken body. First of all, nobody really gets this, that the large intestine is the master of all the organs. The large intestine is the master of the garden of the body. The large intestine is the master of the immune system. But meanwhile, nobody's looking after it very well, are they? Okay? Okay. She is now 12. I'm scheduled to see a doctor in a few weeks. Good. Go see a medical doctor. You're going to get, and I'm not downing it, you're going to get a prescription or get to go to another specialist that's going to say, oh, he's a specialist of this. One little piece, right? Meanwhile, it's called whole body healing. Or you're going to get radiation, chemotherapy, or surgery, or they're going to tell you they can't do anything, but they're going to keep an eye on it. And I'm not really sure, do they live behind the toilet or under the bed? I haven't figured that one out yet. Okay? All right. So unless you're going to take massive personal action, so you know what? If you want to really take care of yourself, go look at the A to Z Masterclass in my library. Also, click on the Daily Cleansing Tea Guide and go watch How's Your Plumbing, okay? And then go watch and read the Perfect Day Guide. Go to page 28 and go from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Dr. Wolfe, is the clapper also good to help with a painful tennis elbow? Yes, it is. And let me think here. You know, tomorrow what I'll do maybe for my one-a-day is I might, if I have time, because I got to catch a plane tomorrow at noon. I've got to leave. I've got a 4-day training that I'm going to be doing for some doctors over on the island. So if I have time, I'll show you how to do it, but absolutely love. And I will be showing that in my master class as well. Okay? I hope nobody minds. I'm going to put on my Teslas because the blue light's starting to get to me. We shot a lot of video this morning. Okay. Charlene, what do you recommend for a 7-year-old who has celiac disease? She is on a gluten-free diet. I would recommend that you get a Perfect Day consultation. And I will tell you right now, why don't you find out what her bowels are moving like? That's the first thing. And celiac disease means that she has basically trouble digesting. She's already got an autoimmune disease. She already has leaky gut. So what about the antibiotics? Did you get antibiotics when you were pregnant with her? Did she get antibiotics when she was born? How many vaccinations did she have? Does she like drinking water? Does she like fruits and vegetables? What type of diet do you have her on? These are all the questions that I would ask you. Charlene, if you want to call me, my extension's number 5, and the phone number's 855-900-4544. And you really can call me. If you don't get me, just leave a message. I'll call you back. And if anybody else is really stumped and they don't know what to do, you can call me and I will get back to you. Okay? Kathy, what to do for bloating and gas pains on the right side of the colon? Okay, so did you have an appendix operation? That can cause it. And what the other thing that can cause it is your ileocecal valve from your small intestine won't shut, so the waste backs up. Okay, can that be a problem? Or do you eat a lot of dairy? Because dairy is the most inflammatory food on the planet. And dairy will actually, it is one of the most cancer-causing ones. But the problem with dairy is by the time it gets down 22 feet in the small intestine, then another 5 to 7 feet in the large intestine, by the time it gets to 22 feet and then enters into what we call the cecum, which is a pouch on the right side, if you're dehydrated or it's dairy or it's meat, it can get lodged in the appendix and cause appendicitis. Or if you have a high inflammatory diet, you can get a lot of mucoid building up, and then that's what causes the problem. But this is all reversible. Again, get on the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love Black Gold. Cut out dairy, cut out bread. Let me see here. And try to cut out meat if you can, or cut it down a lot. And food combined properly. Don't mix meat and starches together. Have meat and salad and vegetable, or have starchy foods like grains and vegetable and salad. You can do that, but not meat and starch together. That's why your meat and potato man looks like he's 6 months pregnant. Okay? And the longer you have the pain, just understand something. Every time you have pain in your abdomen area or anywhere else in the body, you're creating, in your abdomen area, you're creating adhesions that are going to actually wrap around your large intestine, small intestine, even around your bladder, ovaries, uterus, or even create scar tissue in your fallopian tubes, and then you won't be able to have a baby. We can get rid of that scar tissue. We can show you how. We don't get rid of it. We can show you how. So understand, every time that you have bloating, it means that you're not eating properly. And then you're going to tell me you are, and I'll say, no, you're not, because you've broken down your large intestine, and it can't take that load. And the thing is you may not be chewing your food. Maybe you wear dentures. Maybe you don't have enough teeth. Maybe you have anxiety at the table. You're not getting along with your husband. The reality is maybe you've just been anxious all your life and you just don't chew your food. If you were to chew your food until it became a liquid, then you would not have bloating. And the smaller the particle, the better. If you knew how to food combine properly, maybe you're having bloating because you got rid of your gallbladder. If you got rid of your gallbladder, it just increased the chance of bowel cancer by 400%. And if you do have a gallbladder problem, don't get it cut out. There's options here that to help to take the load off the gallbladder so you have no more attacks. Don't be so quick to go chop, okay? Sherry, will ATP help weak blood vessels? What'll help weak blood vessels is basically getting your bowels cleaned, getting your large intestine strong again, clapping, using vein away on the weak blood vessels. That's what I would be doing. But it's getting on a whole plant-based diet that's really the secret here, Sherry. Thank you. Okay, we're done that part. Whew. Okay, Trisha, what do you do for rosacea? Again, everybody, for rosacea, I would tell you the skin you're in is the health of your bowel. Look at your bowel first, and then look at clapping. And if you want, you can give me a call, Trisha, or get yourself a consult. But I'm telling you right now, it's your bowel, and where all skin conditions begin, even skin cancer. Okay, so this lady calls up and says, well, my father's 88 and he's got skin cancer again. He's 88. And I go, no, he's not 88. What he is he's constipated, absorbing the waste. And then what happens is when you get constipated and you're 88, you've been backing up the toxins on your liver and even into your lymph system. And so when everything gets plugged up, the skin, because it's the largest organ in the body, has to take those toxins, and they come through the skin, and then the sun reacts on the chemical poisoning coming out of the skin. If we were to do skin brushing for that gentleman, if we were to do a salt glow, clean out his bowels, and then if we were to actually put like silver gel and then like frankincense on that area, or maybe even use oregano on that area, we could get rid of that he could get rid of the skin cancer. Kim, Doc, I'm looking for advice on not sending my children to school, not liking where all this is going and what's being taught. I know you're America and I'm in UK, but I'm wanting them to be taken off the register and stay home. Any advice, words, be great, my friend. I would not call the school. I would just let it go. And, don't stir up anything. That's what I would do if they were my kids. I'm not telling you what to do. And the reality is guess what? Most, oh gosh, okay, all right. Most people that have government positions, whether they're teachers, are so fearful of losing their jobs and their income that they will say the outrageous things, and they will become like Nazis because they don't want to lose their job. And everybody wants approval from their peers, and they don't want to be attacked. So the reality is don't poke the bear. That's what I say. And the reality is nobody's going to make me put my kids in school. That's not going to happen. For the reality of this, I'm going to put up a bunch of documents, everyone, and I want you to take a look at them, and you can even rewrite them. But what I would do is if there's 5G in the school, all the Wi-Fi in the school, such a toxic environment. There's documents I have. I'm going to put them up in my library, and remind me to do that. I'll get Nat to write them up, and I've got them for vaccinations. I've got them for everything. So I'll put them in my library, and what we'll do is we'll put them in the Medical Mafia book, right? Should we do it? Yeah, probably there, right? Yeah, so we'll put them in. If you click on the Medical Mafia and you take a look in about maybe 4 or 5 days, give us time, we'll have those in there, and you'll be able to click on, it'll say documents, right? And then you can click on them and you can run them off. You can do what you want with them. But these are all different things to learn how to protect yourself. Because guess what? Okay? These rules make us into fools. And we need to know the rules, and we need to use their rules against them to protect us. Kathleen, what are your thoughts on spirulina? Not keen on spirulina. I like chlorella more, but I don't do spirulina or chlorella. Okay? Spirulina, everybody, grows in lakes. All right? Linda, I have a question. Can you please share what spider veins are and what can be done as a treatment? We already talked about it. We talked about veins, Linda, and guess what? It's constipation, girl. And guess what? You cannot have a vein anywhere unless you've got a dam blocking it, okay? So it will be either calcification, crystallization, but mainly scar tissue. And the issue is always around the waistline because you've been absorbing so much waste from your bowels, okay? And that's where the big problem comes from, all right? And most spider veins, you can get them on your face and other places, but that's where you're lacking circulation. Even spider veins on my face, I would start off by lightly clapping, and I would also be using what's called Beyond Beauty Spray and Beyond Beauty Moisturizer. Our moisturizer, I don't have it right. Oh, I do. Our Beyond Beauty Moisturizer, there's no better moisturizer for your face. I give you a money-back guarantee on it. You could eat this. There's 13 wildflower petals in this. There's also nano silver in this. There's a lot of really great things. You can look it up on our website, but you'll never go to another moisturizer on your face because it doesn't just moisturize your face. It heals your face. Okay? I'd be doing that for the rosacea with the lady that was asking me earlier. What do I do with that now? Oh, yeah, Beyond Beauty Spray. And I'd be doing this. I'd be doing light skin brushing on any area that needs extra circulation. And I'd be doing clapping too. Okay? All right. You'll find most of this stuff in my DIY, which is in my library. Click on that guide, and you'll see lots of things for hearing loss, eye problems, sinus problems. Okay, Elsie, how do you get rid of inflammation? Oh, well, there you go. So what you do is first of all, go do my Braveheart emotional masterclass, and you can do it for free. I would click on it, and if you go to, let me think here. You go to, where do you go? Go to the library, right? Oh, right. You just go to the library and click on Braveheart, and it'll take you to the link, and you can do my emotional class free. Let me tell you something. Guess what? They have so screwed us. We think that what we think is what we are. We're not. We're not even close to that. Okay? We're not even close to it. You haven't even scratched your potential yet. Okay? Okay, I'm 64 years old, and I'm only beginning to scratch my potential. And I've been doing it now since I was 25. I mean, really bringing it on. So I'm going to bring it on a lot stronger, and you're going to see that this is not BS, a dysfunctional belief system. You're going to say, wow, he was right. He is stronger. He looks better. He talks clearer. That's right. Okay? Tracy, I have CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome, a chronic pain condition. I'm not laughing. Chronic pain condition that most often affects one limb, usually after an injury. Let me just tell you something, okay? They make up all this stuff, okay? I mean, they make up the craziest names so that you feel stupid, all right? Oh, my God, and then they can't even figure it out because guess what? Nobody can figure out anything unless you take massive personal action and heal yourself. You are the healer. From failed back surgery. Well, there you go, right? Wrapped around my nerve ending, so now I'm a load of medication that I hate. Well, guess what? Okay, here's the deal. You come here, Tracy. We're going to go in, and it's scar tissue. Understand something. The surgery wasn't a fail because every surgery creates massive scar tissue. So if you're going to opt to get a surgery, after the inflammation goes down, you must have a Wolfe Non-Surgical therapist go in and pull the scar tissue apart so the blood, the lymph, and the energy comes through. And guess what? It automatically, instantaneously, before your eyes, turns into connective tissue. Because guess what? Inflammation is like putting a steak on the barbecue, turning up high, and forgetting about it. It comes back to a little piece of beef jerky. Can't chew that. So guess what? Nobody's gonna chew you either. So the reality is you don't have circulation, so you don't have elasticity. Okay, you're stiff as heck, so you're always tearing it because it's like a brick in there, and you're trying to get your range of motion, and you're never going to have it. And I'm going to give you a money back guarantee that we'll give it back to you. How do you like that? Nobody's done that, right? We will. And I'll tell you, we're going to teach you about everything on how to turn that around and never have it happen again. Heather, Dr. Wolfe, why do my armpits smell so bad? Because, I'll tell you why. Because you're rotting. You've got bowel rot. Okay, so you have so much waste. You're pooping into yourself. And here's the deal. You ready for this? You got so much waste, and the waste is coming into your pelvis. But here's the problem. When you have so much rot in your bowel, that rot irritates and inflames the bowel, which creates mucus. That mucus is sticky. And guess what? It sticks along the walls. Well, guess what? Are you ready for this, Heather? Your lymph system, okay, which we have way more lymph than blood, okay? Your lymph system moves like molasses. And because you have backed up waste in your bowel and backed it up in your tissues, it's all backed up in your lymph. So now you're reabsorbing your own waste and you're backing up this. You're lucky you don't have scar tissue, calcification, like breast lumps, right? You're lucky you don't have breast lumps, which you probably do. You're lucky you don't have painful breasts, which you probably do. You're lucky you don't have calcification in here, because when you start to get calcium deposits in your breast, that means that that's one step closer to mutation. And when you have such smelly armpits, that means all this toxic waste. Now go under your arm and feel. Is there like a fatty pouch there? You should feel no fattiness. If you feel a fatty pouch in here, okay, that's not fat. You know what it is? It's actually toxic waste, and the lymph nodes are jammed. Okay, I have quit using deodorant. We have which is called Fresh and Clean. That'll actually clean. That'll actually take away the smell, but it'll actually start helping to get the toxins out. But if you don't get the cork out of your bum, and so that everything can drain down, because okay, so now here's the deal. Try to look at it this way. So I just had a good poop, and now it's not going to go down. So that means I'm going to keep pooping. Well, if I keep pooping, it's going to overflow onto the floor. Then I'm going to track it around my house, aren't I? Or let's talk about another one. So now I'm going to put the plug into the tub, and the water's going to turn on. Well, as the water keeps going, it goes up and up and up and up. So you got a cork in your butt, and the waste is going up and up and up, and now you're blocked. So let's take the cork out of our butt. Let's get on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, black gold, look at the perfect day diet, okay? And let's do some light skin brushing under here, okay? And let's do some clapping just like this, okay, sweetheart? Take your hand. It's going to sting, and you're not going to hurt yourself. And don't believe anybody if they say, "Oh my God, don't do that." Don't clap your lymph nodes. Oh no, let's just let them cement so that we start filling our breasts up with toxic waste. I think that would be really cool, don't you? So the reality is I'm going to teach everybody how to clap their breasts, clap their pelvis, clap their whole body, okay? Hey Drake, you didn't tell me my button was undone. You're not on top of this, are you? Okay, anyways, 1 second, everyone. Okay, with aluminum now, I can't find one that helps with controlling the odor. Well, you never will, because you got to get the cork out, girl. And you got to look at your diet. What is causing this? Thank you. Gotcha. Okay, 8. Would love to hear about dangers of LED lighting. Well, dangers of LED lighting, it's blue light. The same blue light that comes from a phone, the same blue light that comes from these lights, same blue light that comes from the computer and your television and every other lighting that you get out there. And because I'll tell you, because it's an evil entity that runs this planet, it's been running it before even, maybe they were here before humans, who knows? But the reality is that, did you notice that everything that they invent is killing us? Oh, wow. Do they ever love us? Oh my God, look at this new invention. Yeah, what does it do? Yeah, you can do this. Isn't that cool? But what else it do? Oh yeah, it kills you. Oh, that's cool. Great. So, you know, Tesla tried to invent things that would heal us. And these characters, just like, you know, we've had free energy for everything on the planet already. And, you know, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, they suppressed it all. They went from petroleum into pharmaceutical into our food, into our water, into our air. Yeah, they love us so much. And then the government only works for them. Do you get that? LED lighting is blue lighting. What does it do? It destroys the endocannabinoid system in your brain, okay? And that means that now you don't have a very good pain control in the body, because that's why everybody loves CBDs, because you're not making it anymore. Your brain used to make it with your endocannabinoid system, but blue light burns it out, and they knew this. Those sons of you-know-whats, they knew it did this, and that's what's going on. So that's why I have these glasses on, because as soon as I put these glasses on, the LED lighting and the computer and the telephone and the television, oh my God, the iPad, all of it. So I wear these wherever I go, airports, hospital if I go in, shopping, when I'm on my phone all day. I have these around my neck all day long. And understand something, if you don't believe me, these are made by Tesla. These are called Tesla Lightwear. You can find them on our website at EMF/light. And guess what? These take blue light and they take 5G that hits your eyes, and it turns it into not blue blockers. I'm not into blue blockers. You know, there was this guy on yesterday, and he goes, yeah, so here's the deal. I wear these blue blockers when I'm at work, and then I wear these blue blockers when I get home, and then at night when it gets dark, I wear these blue blockers when I'm on TV or whatever. And I'm going, yeah, dude, you don't have to do all that. You get a pair of these, no matter what time of the day. You can use them as sunglasses. All they do is just take every negative frequency that hits your eyes, because guess what? 5G is going to blind. Wait till you see how many people are going to go blind here. I'm not making this up. Wait till your kids come home from the 5G schools, okay, from looking at computers, looking at their phones, with all the LED lighting in the school, okay, and then they've got all that 5G in there. The 5G is going to fry their testicles or ovaries, and they won't be able to have children. That's why they did it. Then the 5G and the blue light comes into the eyes, and it burns the brain. And when it burns the brain goes and causes the eye disorders. And the main one that it does is cataracts. And right now, in China, because they're so addicted to their phones and all these toys, okay, so they have something like 25,000 kids around the age of 20 to 25 years old getting cataracts. getting glaucoma, getting detached retina. And it's all because of this blue light and 5G. So check out these. And that once you get these, it's over. Now, the blue light and the 5G have been turned into healing light, which is repairing my brain and repairing my eyes. So I used to wear glasses. I don't wear them anymore, and I never will wear them because I'm a little bit smarter than these terrorists that say, oh my God, latest, greatest invention, dudes. Everybody get one. Oh my God, I can't wait to get one. Oh my God, I'm getting headaches all the time. My ears are ringing all the time. I feel burnt out when I get home from work. Yeah. There you go. So you might ask yourself, why am I like I am? Well, because I need to have fun. There's so much crap going down in this world that I got to be a bit of a drama queen. And I got to bounce around. I got to be light about it because I got to be easy on me because I love me. So I'm going to play with you guys, but all my information is true. And go do your own research and then challenge me. Okay? All right. Zor, does clapping detox the body? Does it ever? Get ready. Wait till you see what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you some of the greatest healing gifts of the world, and they're free. Holly, I need help with my unhealthy gut. Yeah, so does everybody else. Everybody's got an unhealthy gut, but if you watch my shows, you'll know. And guess what's coming? What's the show that's coming in 2 weeks? How to become number one at number two. And I'm telling you, that is a 5-part series, and it's pretty thorough. It's just more thorough than anything else you've ever seen before on this. Because you know what? If you can't poo properly and you can't pee, then that's the end of you. Okay? That's the end of you. Holly, does clapping heal the hernias? Well, what really heals hernias is actually daily cleansing tea, tummy love, black gold, and getting on the whole plant-based diet. So go to the Perfect Day Guide and read the diet on page 28 and go from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And does it help? Yes, it helps. But it all depends on how bad the hernia is, because you'll see hernias are just where you've got bowel rot eating the lining of your abdomen. There's a lining here to hold everything in, and you're just blowing out, okay? Blowing out and blowing up. Cleo, hi, Dr. Wolfe. I'm 55 years old in a few weeks. I was wondering when I could have a chat with you. I have ongoing neck stiffness when turning my head to the left. Also, my right hip stiffened all the time, and I get jabs in my glute. I exercise and stretch constantly. Yeah, but hold on, dude. You're probably doing the wrong stretches. Go take a look at my my pelvic activation stretches. Go look at the pelvic enhancer and look at the belly button therapy and look at my crab stretch that I made up. You do those and then hold them, for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're going to talk about this. And do the pelvic enhancer, each leg, 15 minutes. Go look at my DIY guide in my library, and then go from there. The pain is about 4 out of 5, but it is chronic. Yeah, guess what? You come here. Let me see. You come here for 5 to 7 days, and we'll reverse this. Okay? It'll be slow if you're doing just stretching, but I just gave you the best stretches in the world, and I have. They're the best. The regular stretches, like yoga's great, but my stretches are amazing. Okay? They're beyond yoga. I'm not knocking yoga. I'm just trying to tell you, you guys who do yoga for 45 minutes to an hour, try these stretches I do and then tell me what you think. I keep away from all animal products for 10 months now. I do feel a lot less inflamed and have more energy. What can I do? Well, my friend, you're full of beef jerky. So the reality is did you ever try to stretch jerky? Well, no. So if you try to do more, than you're going to tear out. You're going to cause more micro tearing. I already told you. So what happens is this is a normal tissue, blood flow, lymph flow, everything we like. Then it gets sticky together because of inflammation, and then it becomes knots. And then guess what? Now you got a piece of beef jerky, because this will actually be 70% smaller, this tissue, just like the steak that we put on the barbecue and forgot it. It just shriveled right up. Okay. Samantha, you got to come for a treatment, and if you come with your wife or come with your lover or come with your buddy, you can come for 1 week and we'll teach you how to work on each other and go home. And I'll tell you, I don't know why couples aren't just lining up all over the world. We have 3 families here right now doing personal treatment and trainings, and one couple here. And what they're doing is they're learning how to work each other. When they leave here, they don't need another practitioner. They'll never have to worry about ever growing old in their joints, muscle tissues, and organs. That's a fact. Samantha, could you please tell me if you have blood clots in both lungs? Is the clapper not good to use, as it will make you bruise and the clots could form or get worse? I would tell you to give me a call, Samantha, and then I would like to do a FaceTime if you have an iPhone. Okay, you can iPhone me, but first call me. My extension is 5, or call the office. I'll tell you my iPhone number, or you can do a Skype. You can call me on Skype, and we'll do that. But I'd like to see your condition and see what's going on here. And the reality is no, it's not going to loosen up the clots. It doesn't do that. Okay, clapping is not dangerous. If anything, it melts the clots. It doesn't loosen up a big clot and give you a stroke or a heart attack. But what I would say is just go step by step, get yourself a clapper, and just start gentle, just like this, and see how it makes you feel. But if you can come here where we can actually do Wolfe Non-Surgical, or we come to you and we do Wolfe Non-Surgical and open up your lungs, okay, and open up your back, then we're going to get a lot more circulation, a lot more heat, a lot more flow. Isn't that what it's about? Let's get rid of the icebergs. Let's get rid of the scar tissue. Let's get rid of the displaced calcium. Jill, hi, Dr. Wolfe. What relief can you suggest for gout in the foot? Well, the reality is gout is caused from sugar, too much flour products, or alcohol. Okay, are you a real ice cream lover there? So it's got to be. It's one of those things. When you don't have the gout, that's when you want to go in and you want to use DMSO gel. Where is it now? Okay, right in front of me. So you want to use on the tissue area, you'll use DMSO rose cream. But on the gout, when you're not inflamed, you want to go in and use some DMSO on the joint of the gel. And you also want to start putting Pain Away essential oil down on there. But you do want to do, you will want to do clapping. Okay, clapping is amazing. And guess what? I already showed it. It was already, did you put that up? Remember when I showed clapping for gout? Or it was a bunion? It's similar. So did you put that up in the DIY? The bunion one? You did? Okay, so it's in the DIY up, the bunion one. Follow that, and it's similar. When you do have the gout, okay, the only thing that you can really do when you have the gout is to go on a fast, or I would have told you if it was around now, I would say just go eat watermelon for a week, flush your kidneys out, and don't do anything else, and maybe do the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love, Black Gold, and lots of fulvic. Lots of our fulvic in drinking water. If you want to get rid of heavy metals and acidity out of your body, okay, this is the ticket right here. Fulvic really pulls the acid out of the body, and it delivers up to 40 different nutrients into your cells, and then it dumps that off, and then it fills itself up with toxic waste and takes it out of the body. And there's no symptoms because it locks it down. This is what I call a miracle molecule, okay? And then the humic, it's the greatest thing for things like, bugs you don't want, infections you don't want. And what it does, it creates a prophylactic coating on things like viruses and bacteria and fungus. And it also helps to balance the hormones, helps with weight balance as well. You can look it up. If you go to my website library, you can look at the Humic Fulvic Guide, and it'll have all that in there for you. Carrie, I have a prolapse. What do I do now, as I don't want the operation? I'm really bad with anesthetics. A prolapse of what? You can have a prolapse of your bladder. You can have a prolapse of your uterus. You can have a prolapse of your large intestine, and a prolapse of your uterus and a prolapse of your bladder shows that you have no circulation in the area and the tissue's actually dying. I didn't say it's dead, it's dying because it's been cut off of circulation, and most of the time, guess what it is? It's because your large intestine, you have your cecum, and then it comes up along the side here, and we call that the ascending. The transverse comes across under the ribs, and then the descending. The problem is with the transverse just under the ribs, guys, it's so lazy, no tone, so toxic. It fell down. It fell down. And do you ever see anybody where they were wearing a t-shirt and it was like their intestines fell out and it would look like an elephant's snout? I know it's kind of gross, but you see them more and more now. That's the large intestine falling out of their abdomen. Yeah, that's what that is. So when it can fall down and out, or it can fall down and in, and when it falls down and in, that's even worse. It doesn't look like it's doing anything, but it's falling down on top of your bladder, your uterus, your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, and it's jamming up everything, okay? So I would want you to call and do a consult, and we'll put exercise together, a diet together, and you'll reverse this. You really, truly will. We've got tricks here, okay? Susan, I think I have an internal fungus infection. Well, almost everybody does if you're eating animal products or dairy products or you've had antibiotics. My massage therapist has found a lump on my back and found a small one on my arm. Recently, my skin has broken out in some kind of rash. Can you help with that? Look at your bowel. Then look at skin brushing and doing a salt glow, and then we'll look at the clapping. You know what? Why don't you just look at this as the adventure of a lifetime, and you're going to love yourself well, and every day you're going to spend 30 to 45 minutes learning something new where you take action. Not where you go on Google and drive yourself nuts, but where you actually listen to me and you actually start doing these things. Listen, I am going to teach you stuff that is not BS, and that's it. You are going to be so empowered, okay? And you're going to see how amazing you are. I've got 40 years, and guess what? My heart is in it. I love you. I've tried to pick things that aren't going to be costly as much as possible. Some things cost because they bloody well work, and there's nothing to substitute. But I am giving you everything that you need to do. Look at this belly button therapy. Everybody needs this. Everybody should be doing this 2 to 3 times a day. It releases 70% of your serotonin in 5 minutes, 50% of your dopamine, and all you got to do is play with your belly button, for God's sakes, and see how you feel. Once you've done it for 5 minutes, you'll be able to do a stretch 25% more, because hormones and the chemicals released by playing with your belly button move at the speed of light. And don't you want to be happier? No. I'm addicted to feeling miserable. Life sucks. I'm a victim. Okay, all right. When you get tired of it, come and see me. All right, Wendy, are you familiar with magnesium stearate, which is oftentimes found in other ingredients? Yes. And guess what? People get really, okay, sometimes they got to use these as binders, guys, and it's not toxic. Can it be digested well? No, it cannot be digested and assimilated properly. Okay, but it is eliminated. It's not the end of the world. I've read that after time it can coat the intestines, making nutrient absorption more difficult. Any thoughts? Well, you'd be eating it by the tablespoonful, and the reality is I don't believe it if you are eating properly and if you're taking care of your large intestine. Terry, I had a wisdom tooth pulled and now have dry socket. What can I do? I'll tell you what you can do. And this is the God's truth. Do this, and it's going to fill in. Okay, this is called Dentagen. And I'm going to tell you, within a few weeks, you're going to go, oh my God, the whole thing filled in. The calcium filled in. All right. Go take a look at the SAC calcium. I've got Merigen, which is the strongest, Ozo Junior for children, Alzagen for Alzheimer's, Cardigen for joint problems, Megagen for, it's the only calcium you should be taking every day for the rest of your life if you're healthy is Megagen. Okay? No other calcium product works. Do you get this? You heard what I said. This is the only one in its patent to work. All right. Also, when is it? I'm going to be playing The Truth About Calcium, and you're going to get real science, okay? And this is about the SAC. So if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. But the reality is it's an amazing product. It's probably one of the biggest nutritional scientific breakthroughs in 75 years. And that's on not this week, but the following week, right? And then after that, it's how to become number one at the art of number two. Jaquai, hey, darling doc. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. I have pains in my knees, hip joints, but now it seems to be in my shoulders. Yeah, so it's going to spread, love. So the more dams that you have on the river, the less the water flows. The more dams you have, the more stuff that gets dammed up behind it. So the more you cut your circulation down in your body, the more you're going to have circulatory problems, and wherever the next weak link is going to get the inflammation. Because of the infection piles up, you get the inflammation. With the inflammation, you get the scar tissue formation, the calcification, crystallization, same story. Okay? Upper back, down my arms and legs too. I'm not overweight. I manage my thyroid naturally. Yeah, but you are a stress monkey. Oh my God. Here we go. See? I did have Graves. Do you know what Graves is? Graves is where you terrorize yourself so much that you have a thyroid storm. That's how much you terrorize yourself unconsciously, not consciously, because you were terrorized as a little girl. And I can prove it to you. Okay? And then you ran those programs and you blew your thyroid out. I eat good foods and a little organic wine. Well, if you eat organic wine, girl, that's good. But make sure you get a structure unit and structure all your water. But if you put 1 ounce or 2 ounces of structured, wine through this and structure it and put it back into the quart, you can drink the whole quart. You'll get the buzz that everybody wants, and you won't have the hangover or the toxic side effects. But I will tell you that wine, if it's not organic, is got 147 chemicals in it, and it's just god awful. And I don't know how you got to unconsciously hate yourself to drink that stuff. Either organic wine or nothing. Okay? I check my thoughts and mind regularly. I'm learning 3-2-1 mirror work. I balance my hormones with bioidentical. If I was a woman, I'd never do that. I take supplements. I do breathing. Try the Lionheart breathing. I've ordered a clapper. There you go. You've got a lot of suppressed anger. You've got a lot of suppressed emotion in your body, and that's why this is going down, girl. And we can get it out of you. You can get it out of you. I'll just show you what I would do if I was in your situation. How's that? I've ordered a clapper, a structured water unit. There you go. Protected necklace, everyone. If you go to EMF/energy and go check it out, Doc of Detox store, this is called Protector. It protects me 5 feet up from my head, 5 feet down from my feet, and 5 feet out both directions against 5G, Wi-Fi, and all other EMF, okay? We also have it for the house in different colors, okay? And we also have it for the garden up to 50 acres, okay? And we also have it for up to a 50-acre building, okay? All right? And we have another device that's called a revitalizer that'll do 5,000 acres, okay? And that's the God's truth. And we'll give you a money-back guarantee on that. All right. So I've ordered the clapper, tummy love, minerals, fulvic, humic, etc. I am waiting for the skin brush and belly button kit. Was hoping to come on a train with you when you really need to come. But when you get all these products, make sure you call me. My extension is number 5, and I'll walk through them with you. Anybody that wants to turn their life around, I need to be there for you, and I want to make sure that you make it. Okay, the problem is we can spend lots of money, but the reality is that we all need a coach, and I would love to be your coach. Anyways, how can I stop the pain, and why does this happen? You're already on your way, girl. Well, we'll get there. And if you want, you can always get a perfect day consultation, emotional one and nutritional one. They're $125 each. Get a blueprint. Get a strategy from the minute you wake up till you go to bed, and then let us prove that we care. Norma, how can I get rid of Barrett's esophagus? The definition for this, guys, a condition in which the flat pink lining of the swallowing tube that connects the mouth to the stomach becomes damaged by acid reflux, which causes the lining to thicken and become red. Get the cork out of your butt, girl. Do the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love Black Gold. That's the starter. And the other thing is this. Do not allow the acid to come up anymore. Do a rounded teaspoon of Arm & Hammer baking soda in a glass of warm water and about 10 ounces, and drink that as soon as you start to feel that tightness, that the acid, because you're like a volcano, going to spew it. So we want to stop that. The other thing is that what you need to do is you also need to start clapping. Clapping is very important. And you're going to clap the side of your neck, and you're going to clap your chest, and you're going to clap your sternum, Okay, so we will be getting to that and teaching that. Now, the lining to thicken and become red. So we can get rid of the thickening and the redness. We just got to stop spewing like a volcano. And the reality is you've got to get your bowels moving better, and you got to get on a whole plant-based diet, and this is not going to happen. And if you have a husband for a terrorist, you might want to get rid of him too. Debbie, hi doc, what can I do for my eye, please? Apparently a blocked tear ducts. Yeah, well, when you have black tear ducts, that is because of mucus congestion, because of inflammation. Have tried steroid drops. Well, there you go. Hot compresses, but it's still very watery. So what you need to do, just try this, and then I'd like you to get in touch with me. You know my extension already. Get the silver bullet spray, and you can get yourself a big quart container, and it'll last you forever. Just keep it in a cool, dark place. But there's the silver bullet spray. And then also get yourself the Bright Eyes. Okay, sweetie? Okay? Get yourself the Bright Eyes. Do this 3 times a day. Do this 3 times a day. Call me if you need any help. But also what I want you to do, if it's affordable, look at getting a Bioptron, okay, with a fluorine lens, the same thing that this is made out of. That's what Tesla did. If it's not affordable, at least get these 2 things. Get yourself a clapper, and then what I'd like you to do is start clapping. Okay, you can use your hand if you want, but it's better to use the clapper. It's really easy. And clap here and clap here and clap above. And do about 5 minutes every night right here. And then also take like even just regular black tea, and then make tea, take the tea bag and go and lay down twice a day and put the warm tea bags on here and allow it to draw. We got this. It's over. Thank you. Okay. Next. Melissa, would love for you to address endometriosis sometime. Okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. Tell Nat to make endometriosis is actually scar tissue in the pelvis. That's going to take me about, to show this whole thing and what happens. Okay. That's going to take me about 10-15 minutes. So I'm back on Monday. I already told somebody this morning I was going to show something. I got to ask Nat. So elbow, write that down. I'm going to do the elbow. I'll tell you what. I'll try to do the elbow tomorrow morning on Facebook and Instagram. And then I'll do the endometriosis on Monday. I got to find out from Nat what else I said I would do. And I'll try to do those both, the elbow and the other one, to get those done tomorrow. I'll do the endometriosis on Monday when I come back. There it is. Okay? Endometriosis is actually, it's severe inflammation in the pelvis, creating scar tissue, and that scar tissue webbing choking off your whole pelvic area. But I'll go into it in detail. Kayla, our 19-year-old daughter had a CT scan Friday. They said that her uterus is triple the size. Yeah. So what happens when things are dying is they blow up. Okay, did you ever notice something? The more bigger people get, the less energy they have, right? Am I right or wrong? So the more fatter you get, the more inflammation you have. Did you get that? The fatter you get, the more inflammation you have. You got to store it somewhere. So the more inflammation that she gets in her pelvis, the bigger her uterus to try to store the inflammation. It's going to calcify it, and if she doesn't watch it, she's going to lose her uterus. Size supposed to be. Her liver is swollen. Well, there you go. What did I just tell you? I told you that the large intestine is dumping waste into her pelvis, and guess what? When it dumps the waste into the blood, your liver has to clean poop. It doesn't like cleaning poop when it already does over 500 jobs, and I'm right, and I've been right about probably this whole 2-hour session. So anybody wants to challenge me, even though it might be new, just come. Let's do it. Let's have some fun. Okay? She went because she thought she was severely constipated. What did I just say? They said she was not even that constipated. Well, guess what? If you went to a medical doctor, they're going to say that. They don't understand health. They don't understand what constipation is. Constipation to a doctor, please, I'm not downing them, means you don't go at all. Constipation means to me is everything that's in there doesn't come out. And just think of this. even if it was a rabbit turd and a little rabbit turd every day didn't come out, what would you have in 10 years? A manure pile backed up on the bloodstream and piled up in your pelvis. Whatever that means, what can I do to help her? She does not eat healthy. Her emotions are all over the place. There you go. Yeah. Was she 19? Of course they were. Yeah, they'd be definitely all over the place, for God's sakes. So they can't dance, they can't bowl, they can't go to a movie, and for God's sakes, let's wear a mask so the guy can't see your face. And of course, if he's new and he's not part of your family, you can't kiss him or hug him. Yeah, like she's got lots to go for. You know what? You adults, you're so toxic. You've ruined the damn planet by wearing the mask, by freaking out, hiding yourself in the house. Oh, I don't want to go into this. Okay. Calm down, Darrell. Okay. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Here, hold on. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Okay. Her emotions are all over the place. She had a C-section 2 years ago. Oh, my God. She had a C-section. So guess what? What did I tell you? That scar tissue causes surgery causes more scar tissue than anything else in the world. So now she had C-section. You're going to love this. So it either came across this way or it came up from here and all the way down. And guess what? Now there's these 2 to 3 inch actual roots that grow off the scar, okay? And it wraps itself around your bowel so you can't poop. This girl is not telling any lies. If she came to me in 1.5 hours, we would give her freedom with Wolfe Non-Surgical, using our elbow, gently pulling all that scar tissue apart. She'd be free again. Oh, no, but let's just let her be tortured and go to this doctor, this medical doctor, that they go, well, let me see here. Let me see. Nope, there's nothing wrong with her, even though a C-section causes more scar tissue than anything else you could do, and it wraps around your small and large intestine, bladder, ovaries, uterus, and fallopian tubes. And now she's being choked off, and ask her if she can bend backwards, and she goes, oh my God, it feels like something's going to rip in here. So we need to lovingly take that apart, and she needs to be able to poo again and breathe again. Okay? Yeah. She has a son. Well, guess what? It'd be nice if somebody could help her so that she can be in a good mood, so her son thinks that she loves him in this stressful time. Okay. Give me a call, sweetheart. Jean, I have always had high cholesterol, and doctors years ago was annoyed. Yeah, but Jean, okay, you don't want to take statin drugs. I get it, but high cholesterol is stress. Okay? Oh, no, this is the way I am. No, it's not, Jean. You're running programs you don't even know you're running, and they're stressing the living heck out of your body, and you got to make cholesterol to protect your arteries and your veins. Your arteries, not your veins. Your arteries, because there's little cracks because you're taking out the minerals out of the walls to try to buffer down the acid from you stressing yourself out. And the acid being created by you putting yourself into a fight, fright, and flight and not coming out of it. So you're dripping adrenaline and histamine and cortisol into your body, into the bloodstream, and that's why you're losing the minerals in the walls, and that's why the cholesterol is being used to goop up the cracks. How do we protect ourselves from EMF, radiation, and 5G? I am doing 3 shows with Magna Havas, one in the fall, right? And she is number 1 in the world when it comes to that. I'm also going to have Peter Webb come on, and he is a radionics expert with EMF and 5G and blue light, okay? And but if you go to my website, and you go to EMF/energy, and you go into the shop and you click on the crystal protectors, watch the video that I did, the Q&A with Peter Webb, and you can also watch the one with Magna Havas, and she's Dr. Magna Havas, okay? George, and I talked about it, all the crystal products I use here. Okay, George, I've got bungling discs in my left shoulder. There's no discs in your shoulder, friend. And neck. Okay, so there's discs in the neck. He's probably got bursitis in the shoulder. And I get pain in my left foot. Any advice, doctor? Yeah, dude, it's scar tissue. So if you were to come here, or we were to come to you and do a personal treatment and training, first treatment, then I would like you to come on Facebook and tell everybody how I was right. In the first treatment, we gave you relief. So what happens here, my friend, is you've got scar tissue in your neck. The scar tissue wraps around the nerve, and it creates what we call stenosis. And then it causes a reflex. It causes a reflex pain in the neck, and it can actually cause it all the way down to your foot. Remember that your nerves all come out, and they feed the rest of your body. And it's a scar tissue issue. And with the foot, you may have problems in your neck, but I'll tell you something. You probably also have problems in L1, which is down in your lower back as well. That would be causing the foot issue. And the bulging discs, well, they're called inflamed discs, my friend. And it's inflammation because of scar tissue formation. If I went into those bulging discs in your neck for 20 minutes, I would relieve at least 80% of it. How's that? Is that good enough? Right. 5 o'clock. Time to rock. How many do we have to do? All right, everybody, I apologize, but how far did I get? I got to 26, and there's 34. So we'll save these for Monday. I promise that before I do the lives, I'll do these. So 34, no, 26, 34. That's not bad. 8. So I'll do these 8 first, let Tara know, and then we'll take in the other lives later. Okay? All right. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for letting me come on and have so much fun. You know, I feel like I should be paying you. Okay? Really. Okay, so don't forget, Wednesday, August the 26th, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, clapping your heart and, where's my clapper? What do I do with it? Oh, right here. Clapping your heart and lungs for health. This is a clapper. How do you break it in? Well, when you get it, you just really do this, right? And this is how you break in a clapper. And you just have to do this for a few minutes and really twist it around, and then you'll see it gets really flimsy. If I were to do this for about 10 minutes, this thing would be flimsy all the way, and that's what you want. The more flimsy it is, okay, so you don't have to do a lot of work, but it gets a lot of work done. Wednesday, September the 2nd, we're going to be doing 6-day advanced water fasting challenge preview Q&A. So write your questions down, and we're going to do a whole show for you to make sure that you're going to unleash your stem cells. And I'll tell you, you're going to unleash your stem cells. And if you really want to turn things around, we're going to do it. We're going to turn you on. Wednesday, September 9th, how to become number 1 at the art of number 2. This will be about a 4 to 6 part show. I don't know. How many slides? I think we got 220 slides that we're going to go through. Plus, I'm going to be talking to you, trying to teach you things, show you things. So, okay. And if you're interested in getting a consultation, please go to docofdetox.com and go to the consultation tabs at the top, and then pick the master consultant that you like, okay? And then what they do is they send me the form, okay, that you filled out. We talk about it. They tell me what they think they should do. I tell them what I would do. Together, we come together. Then they go in and they consult you. And then guess what? You get a 1-hour audio from us, and you get a lifetime of free calling. You will never be disrespected. I swear to God. You know, there is no keeping you on hold here. There's no come for a consultation, buy all these products, see you later. Okay, the clapping class, like I said, you're going to love it. You're going to want to check it out. The more personal action you take, the more powerful you are. And that'll scare the crap out of them out there. Go ahead. Lock yourself in your home. Stay on your couch. Watch Netflix. Watch Prime Video or whatever you want to watch. And you're going to find out they're going to be playing all kinds of videos about the end of the world. Scare the living crap out of you. Totally depress you. And then you'll go to bed and you won't make love with your wife or your husband. You won't hug and kiss your kids. And they'll be crapping their drawers. And the end of the world will be coming. And no, it's not. The sooner that you wake up, put a smile on your face, connect to your breath, do the lion heart breathing, put your shoulders back, get some Braveheart love bands, get the whole family wearing them. 3, 2, 1, we got this. 3, 2, 1, there's a new sheriff in town. 3, 2, 1, I'm going to love myself well. 3, 2, 1, I don't need that donut. Right? All right. So if you want my if you want my 7 empowering steps, email me at quickstart@docofdetox.com. That's what I give people when I say, hey, if you're just getting started, this is where you go. All right? And When watching on YouTube, don't forget, subscribe below and make sure you click on the bell to enable notifications so that you never miss a show. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could want to watch every show that I've ever done. All shows and our Q&As are timestamped so that you can find your question or topic easily. So tomorrow, this show will be on YouTube, right? And there'll be timestamps so that you can go right to the question. You don't have to listen to me go blah, blah. Also, in the YouTube description, you can find links to everything I talked about in the show. Also, if you wish to listen to it in audio version, you can download it onto your phone and really start repetition. Repetition is the master of changing your life. Okay? You can get it from iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud. God bless everyone. Take your power back. Better still, why don't you stop giving it away? 3, 2, 1, you got this. You're more powerful than you think. And you know what? We got little Billy crap in his drawers because guess what? It was 74%. We're going to opt for the vaccinations. Now it's only at around 42%, and it's going down. And guess what? But did you see the spraying he's been doing? Right? That little Billy, he's a troublemaker, isn't he? God bless. Have the best day of your life. And just know, okay, that you're beautiful. And we love you. Take care. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.